Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to Sonic 3 and Knuckles Part 2, and we are going through Act 2 of Hydro City Zone.
Personally, my more favorite of the two acts. I prefer Act 2 over
Yes,
Act 1.
well, yeah, it's only because it's probably one of the few water levels in the Sonic game that lets you go fast underwater.
Well, that and the music's better than Act 1, to be honest.
True.
Oh, by the way, new to this series, we got Ian here. Say hi.
Hey
Ian.
guys, I'm alive. Don't worry.
Yeah, since the great Ian computer failure of 2016.
Yeah, Ian, we managed to find a one-up mushroom, give it to Ian, so he's back to life.
Yep.
Although funnily enough, the first time that Ian is back, Ramon's not here.
It's a known issue. We'll be fixing the next version of CrossFactor.
But yeah, my computer kinda was not functioning properly for like a very long time, and so I've just gotten a new one from graduating high school and stuff, so I can finally do stuff with my computer.
Yay! Alright, so Hydro City Zone, like we mentioned earlier, is basically the fast-paced half of Hydro City. So there's a lot more fans making you go. It's a bit of a vertical level, to be honest.
Yeah, I've noticed.
You spend a lot of time going. Up slides and shafts and stuff like that, with like occasionally dipping down to go underwater for a moment.
I like how you said. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say usually Blaze Pass the underwater section so fast that you're not really in them for that long.
Yeah, you're really not in the water for that long unless you really, really suck or you decide to take your time for some reason.
Also, I like how you said there was the fast-paced part, even though it's a Sonic game. It's supposed to everything is supposed to be fast-paced.
Well, not necessarily. The water stages tend to be more platform heavy.
Well, that's just a platforming thing in general. The water levels are usually generally slow.
Yeah.
But then again, Hydro City Act 1 is also kind of fast, but only if you take the higher route. The lower route's more slower.
Ooh.
Alright, so it's time for a special stage 4, I think?
I remember seeing
4.
I remember seeing these like special stages, but I've never actually played them myself.
Well, these are my favorite special stages out of all the ones that they made. Sadly, there's not that many to pick.
Well, there's really only the classic series, Sonic 4, Sonic Heroes, and that's as far as I can tell. That's really it.
I was thinking more along the lines of like what they usually do with the special stages. It was either the rotating one, the oh so infamous half pipe, and then you have this one.
Why don't you get the one in the middle?
And after that, it's just all variations of what we just stated, what I just stated.
Ian, to answer your question, the reason why he's not getting the one in the middle is that for this special stage, if you collect all the blue spheres normally, that's fine. But if you encompass the blue spheres, then they turn to rings, as you can see right there, and that'll get you bigger point bonuses, so you can score extra lives and continues.
Oh, okay.
And it's also much easier rather than trying to get them all at once, because you can accidentally make yourself a maze if you're not careful.
Okay.
And because basically there's the blue spheres, and then there's the red ones, and there's the white ones. And yellow ones. So the blue ones are the ones you have to run over. The red ones, don't touch them, otherwise they kick you out of the special stage. And the white ones, they push you back like a spring. And then the yellow ones, basically, they make you jump high, so you go to another section of the special stage. The thing is, though, every time you walk over a blue sphere, it turns into a red one. So if you happen to touch it, then it'll kick you right out. So be very careful, especially the later ones.
Okay.
They will really dick with you with the white spheres. Oh fuck.
Unfortunately, I haven't played many Sonic games.
That's why you're here now.
As much as people's dismay, the one of the few Sonic games I have played is Sonic Unleashed.
Well, Sonic Unleashed isn't bad per se.
You're a werewolf.
It's alright. It's alright.
You're a werewolf.
I mean, 2/3 of it isn't all that good, but you know.
Yeah.
I do have Sonic Colors, but I haven't gotten around to actually playing that yet. I'm planning on eventually being able to record that for the show.
I'm pretty sure that's already taken.
It's basically the Sonic Unleashed you should have gotten. We should have gotten, but instead of that stupid
Actual Sonic
nerf.
Unleashed.
Yeah. So I'm doing this on purpose because there's actually a special stage right above this one, and I actually found this one recently, so cool.
I honestly forget this one's here most of the time, to be honest.
There you go. That's the thing I love about this game. This is back when Sonic was really good in that like it's fast-paced platforming, but it also rewards you for actually exploring as well. So
Well, that's the one. That's one of the few things. Well, not one of the few. One of the many things that the classic series got right that modern Sonic games haven't really been able to emulate as well.
I think the problem is just that there's too linear. I mean, they were on the right track with Sonic Adventure 1, where like it's still fast-paced, but there's also explorative sections, right? But it's just after that they started to make everything linear, and that's when it kind of became one of those games that you can only enjoy in one sitting, and then you don't really go back to because it's a straightforward game. There's
Yeah.
not much for you to do after that.
Nah,
Unlike
I would disagree. Personally, I'd much prefer going back to Generations over like the Adventure series.
Well, that's because Generation plays more similar to what the classic games were about, right?
Well, I'm not talking about classic Sonic. I'm talking about modern Sonic.
Yeah, but I still no. But that's the thing, though. I still feel that there's a lot of explorative. Like it does reward you for exploring in Sonic Generations. Like even whether it's classic or modern. That's how I took it.
Fair enough.
So this is one of the more dickish special stages because it's really easy for you to get screwed over because it's kind of a maze, and the more blue spheres you run over in those pathways, the harder it is for you to get around. So
yeah, I've noticed.
also also another thing is the longer you stay in the special stage, the faster Sonic and Tails starts moving, which basically means it's more harder for you to actually maneuver and navigate easier. So basically the stage is encouraging you to finish as quickly as possible before it gets too difficult.
Oh boy, music changed.
Hi, Knuckles.
And bye, Knuckles.
Fuck you, Knuckles.
To be fair, Knuckles really is just a troll in this game. He doesn't really impede your progress much. In fact, he actually makes you progress most of the time, if anything.
Yeah, honestly, Sonic could he could have just let Sonic chill there. He would have stuck forever.
What was the point of Knuckles' backstory in this game?
Guardian of the Master Emerald. That's really it.
He's a guardian of the Master Emerald. Dr. Eggman accidentally fell down here, to be honest, and then he tricked Knuckles into thinking that Sonic and Tails are the enemy. So he's actively trying to keep them. He's actually trying to get rid of them, or troll them, if anything.
Oh,
And you see, that's the one thing about Knuckles' character that they slowly changed over the years is that nowadays Knuckles is seen as stupid. But the thing is, back when Knuckles, when he originally debuted in this game, it's not so much that he's stupid, it was that he's gullible. And to be fair, the reason why that's acceptable as a character trait for him is because considering the fact that Knuckles was basically alone on Angel Island, he doesn't really have anyone to interact with. So it would make sense as to why he'd be really untrustworthy of anyone who's coming to the island who has any intentions to harm it, of course. So it makes sense as to why he'd be gullible and let Eggman trick him so easily.
I think the only time he gets really tricked so easily is Sonic Adventure 1. But I honestly thought, that time he really was an idiot for believing Eggman that Sonic was trying to impede his quest to get the Master Emerald back, which makes no sense, but whatever.
Did that spike just turn into a bird?
Yeah, so that was Marble Garden Zone. They have fake spikes, which basically act as springs rather than actual spikes. I don't know why Eggman made this spike so dull, but
It's kind of dumb.
Well, it's supposed to be a trap, so that the fake spikes, you think it's actual spikes, but then it's actually a badnik trying to shoot at you.
I guess so. Now this special stage, I don't like. It's kind of difficult in that it's wide open.
Really, I find this one of the easier special stages.
It's more. It's just that it's wide. Like for me, it's wide open, so it's a little bit sometimes. And there's a lot of what I feel is copy and paste sections. So they kind of look the same. Until
To be honest, all of these video games look the same.
That's
right now. I'm having trouble finding the last four.
Ian, that's racist.
Oh.
Right now I'm having trouble trying to find the last four. Where the
You're gonna run into a red sphere, aren't you?
That's the problem. Once you take too long, that's when it's hard for you to get around to navigate properly because you're going too fast and you don't want to walk into one of the springs and get yourself kicked out.
How many different speed caps are there?
I think there's at least 3.
Oh, there they
I
are.
think there's at least three or four.
To be honest, I was lucky that he found that.
Was that the last one? I think, yeah, I
Yeah,
got
that's
that was
all
the
of
last
them.
one.
That's all of them.
Now, one thing I like that they did in Sonic 3 over Sonic 2 is the fact that you can actually control when you want to become supersonic. Problem is, you can't turn it off.
In Sonic 2, couldn't you just do whatever?
In Sonic 2, as soon as you get 50 rings, you'll turn supersonic the moment you jump. In Sonic 3, they fixed it. They changed it by the way, be careful of that pillar of spikes there, because for some reason, even if it doesn't go down, it somehow crushes Sonic and kills him.
It's probably just hitbox issues.
Yeah, hitbox issues. Also, if you find another big ring and you collect it, it gives you an automatic 50 rings. And so anyway, the Supersonic is controlled by hitting the jump button again while in midair after having at least 50 rings. But it's also disabled when you have an elemental shield on, because Sonic can use its properties. But it doesn't work for Tails and Knuckles. So if you jump, then they'll automatically activate their super forms.
Okay.
Wait, does it do that for Tails and Knuckles? I thought you still had to press the button for them.
No, you still do. It's just that the difference for Sonic is that if he has an element shield, element shield on,
okay. Sorry, I misheard you.
yeah, it won't activate.
Okay.
I don't get why they changed. Oh, I get why, but like the fact that they changed up the
What the
gameplay
fuck?
so much with like from 2D to 3D, and like a lot of it is like based off of shields and just like exploration.
What do you
And now
what do you
well-
what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like it seems like the most 3D Sonics are just a bunch of courses that like just racing like best times courses.
Like I said, one of the problems with the modern Sonics is that they're more linear.
Yeah.
I mean, recent games have been kind of trying to change that a little bit, but
But Sonic the Rise of Lyric.
yeah, but between Sonic Adventure 2 and
Okay, that one
I'd
doesn't
say
count.
yeah, between Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Generations, it was more linear.
Yeah.
You know, Actually, never mind.
And I remember.
Never mind. I answered my own question. Never mind.
And I remember that in Sonic Unleashed, like
Thank you.
when you were the werewolf Sonic, you mostly were able to explore the world on your own.
Well, that's
That's
just
because you're moving slower.
that's just because you're moving slower. I mean,
Well, like-
even considering the fact that Sonic Unleashed does have multiple pathways, the thing is, unless you figure them out and are going for a repeated playthrough, chances are in your first playthrough you're not going to find most of them because you're blazing past them so quickly.
But no, like you're as the werewolf Sonic, you're able to like go wherever you want and like just explore the 3D world. But when you're playing as normal Sonic, it's just a linear running stage.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, the difference between the Werehog and the Sonic levels is that Werehog you can explore more because you're moving slower and it's more platform heavy. The Sonic stage is more like it's either you get the quick time events right or you die, or you fuck up and fall to a lower level. That's the only way you'll actually get different pathways for the most part.
That was an easy boss fight.
Well,
That's because
the Sonic series isn't really known for having interesting boss fights.
Also, I really fucked it over by having the electric shield, which lets you double jump.
And by the way, let me just bring this up because I've always wondered this: how exactly do you determine getting ring boxes from the end goal post? Is it random?
No. Every area has different placements, but there are certain spots you would really only discover by accident.
So pretty much just depending on where it decides to land, that determines if you get one or not.
Basically, like they're hidden in the on the bottom under the stages.
Yeah, in the ground.
But they're like I said, they're always the same spots in each mid zone. but I'm saying the only way you're really gonna find them out is if either there's a weird design in the graphics itself that kind of exposes it, or you find it by complete accident.
Right. By the way, are you going to be using Supersonic much at all now that you actually have him?
I'm going to try and avoid using as much as possible.
Do you at least show it off once?
I will, because there are a couple of bosses I really don't feel like dealing with, because they're more annoying.
Although what sucks about having Supersonic is that you lose access to the Insta Shield. Can't use it anymore.
Yeah, the Insta Shield was useful because it basically gives you extra reach.
And it gives you a few frames of invincibility.
I have a question. How the hell does Eggman make animals into robots?
Well, it's not that they turn into the robots; it's that they power the robots. That's why they're inside them. Don't ask me how it works.
If you play Sonic Lost Worlds, it'll tell you everything. Even Eggman explains it to himself. Animals are the largest things in the they have the highest population. Then there you go, instant army.
Are there actually more animals than humans on Earth? Who knows?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea.
Yep.
Oh, there are?
Okay, I figured so, but
I learned something new today.
Like every single animal in the planet? Yeah, absolutely. Because we're only one species.
Well, fair enough. Now, what if they all turn anthropomorphic?
Then they'll kill us. How do you think Zootopia was made?
There's only 1% of all of the sea Earth's oceans are mapped so far, and there's still like thousands upon thousands of different aquatic species we haven't even discovered yet.
I've heard that before.
Well, those are all deep sea creatures. No one wants to see that shit.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen some of those deep sea eels? They have a man's face. That's kind of fucked up.
Like I said, if it's not sharks, I don't give two fucks.
What about penguins?
Yeah, they're boring.
Hi, robotic. Alright, so this section is pretty much a crusher section here, so...
well, as long as you keep moving, you won't be crushed.
It doesn't really happen now.
Considering that you're Sonic, that's kind of, a given.
Tails, you fucking klutz. I really don't like those pillars because of that glitch.
Well, just don't run into them.
Well, I have no choice.
I find this level interesting in that the map changes like that.
Well, each area has like a certain theme going on. The first level is pretty much fire based. Hydro City is obviously water. Marble Garden is like ground, like garden based, so there's a lot of digging going on. And then the next zone we're gonna have is like electric based. So
spoiling.
Also, you can end the boss right now, if you hit him enough times. Basically, after you hit him to his last hit point, he'll be invincible until the actual boss fight commences. I'm not sure if I hit him.
I think you only have one more hit left.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
The game purposely made him invincible at that last moment, just so that it doesn't glitch out for when the next section's supposed to begin.
You go, Sega.
Except Knuckles. Run through.
Don't isn't Knuckles become a botched fight at some point?
Yeah, he's pathetically easy, like any other.
Alright, next time CrossFactor comes.
Oh yeah, we have that again.